Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking today about the upcoming Contemporary Healthcare Practices course here at Madison College. Joining us are Amy Lemkuil, tell me if I've got your name mispronounced, MD, Program Director of the Foundation of Health Education and Instructor in the School of Health Sciences at Madison College, and Karen Romanowski, Occupational Therapy Instructor, also at Madison College. And then also Shana LaForge, who works in the business and industry side of Madison College. My name is Patty James, and I'll be hosting today. We'll be chatting a little bit about what this course is and how you can join, the benefits to you, what you'll receive, who should consider taking this course, the format, when the program starts, and a few other important pieces of information. And please, all of you interrupt me if you want to add to this or if there's anything that I missed as we were going along. So I really think this is a great opportunity to hear from a group of very dedicated individuals who've developed this course for our learning community. And the course is going to provide an opportunity for those who want to learn more about working in a healthcare environment and even earn digital badges to communicate their new competencies. And it's really great to have Amy and Karen with us. So welcome. First question to get started is, would you tell us a little bit about yourselves, your background and experiences and interest in this topic, and what brought this topic to our audience here?
Well, thank you, Patty. I'll go ahead and jump in. I'll just speak briefly now, and then I'm going to hand it over to the experts. I'm Shana LaForge, and I work in our School of Professional Development. And my role in all of this is really to be a little bit of a liaison, so to speak, between our industry partners and our degree programming and our programming here at Madison College. I write and manage grants, and so that's where I come into this in making requests to our college system to fund these programming. So that's why we're creating this video for you, to share this exciting program, because we have these grant funds that cover at least 60% of the programming cost. And what that means is that the students themselves have absolutely no cost. There's no investment for the students who are taking this programming, neither for tuition nor for supplies or texts or anything of that nature. And then there is an employer match. So the employer, the people who are employing those students coming through the programming, are paying about that 40% of what's remaining. The exciting thing about this is that we've really listened to our industry partners as far as what the needs are in healthcare right now. Finger to the pulse, having those listening sessions so that when faculty comes back to design the programming, it is really relevant to what is happening currently in the healthcare industry. So we're really, really excited to pilot this program. We're excited that we have the grant funding to offer this program at a really reasonable price. And after we've completed the video, you can direct questions to us. We'll have my email, I believe, at the end for you to ask any direct questions, so I can get you the cost, the time frame, and all of the information related to how to join the program. So with that, I'll pass on to our content experts to tell a little bit about themselves and then get into all of the interesting things about the course.
Thank you, Shana. Hello, my name is Karen Romanowski, and I've been with Madison College for over 20 years. So I have a wealth of experience providing different types of educational experiences for different audiences. As was mentioned earlier, I am an occupational therapist and have been the program director and faculty in the occupational therapy assistant for well over 20 years. Recently I switched positions in the college and am now the faculty director for equity and inclusion in the School of Health Sciences. So that really led me on this path with Amy to take a look at developing this course. And also, as that was mentioned, really looking at the feedback from our employers and taking into account what skills that they were looking for in our graduates as they enter various healthcare career pathways in our school. So we're really excited to be here today and talk about this course. Amy?
Hello, thank you, Karen. My name is Amy Lemkuil, and I don't have quite 20 years in at Madison College, but I am going on 16 years of teaching at Madison College now. I am currently the program director and faculty in the Foundations of Health Education program, which is housed in the School of Health Sciences. And our program teaches pre-program classes like medical terminology, body structure and function, and now contemporary healthcare practices. So that is how I got involved. And what is meant by pre-program classes is students take our classes and have must be successful before entering respective programs. And so we serve a variety of programs, whether it be respiratory therapy, medical assistant, surgical technology, etc. What qualifies me to teach at Madison College, I graduated from the UW-Madison Medical School and served a residency in family practice.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you all. It's great to see you, and it's exciting to hear about what this program is going to be doing for our students. Can you summarize the course for us, or give us a description of what the course covers or what a student can expect to learn in this course?
Absolutely. I would be happy to do that. So an introduction to contemporary healthcare practices, as the title suggests, this class is for students interested in serving diverse healthcare communities. And understand, a diverse community could be a deaf community, a rural population, the elderly. Diversity is further magnified by sexual identity and sexual preference or lack of. And of course, a person's race, ethnicity, and or nationality are all characteristics that create communities. So as learners in this class, we will explore the essential skills required for equitable and inclusive person-centered interactions.
Interesting. Great. So you talked a little bit about some of the competencies and skills, but are there other ones that you can highlight that the students will learn once they complete this course?
Sure, I would be happy to do that. And please know that I might be looking at a couple of my notes here because there are so many skills and competencies that we packed into this 2-credit class. I want to make sure that I include the majority of them. So a few of the competencies that we would like to highlight in the course and that we will be taking a deeper dive into, examine those healthcare communities that Amy just spoke of. And kind of as we look at that, we're going to be identifying what the various trends are in different types of these healthcare communities, and also what are the roles of the various members of the healthcare team as we explore these different health entities. And also, what are the career pathways that can lead to some of the various healthcare roles in these particular communities, and also the various regulatory agencies that monitor and provide kind of the structure and the regulations in terms of being able to provide services. We'll also focus on specific skills required in all kind of healthcare practices across the spectrum. And these include important topics like patient privacy and confidentiality, professional skills that are really unique to health careers, effective written and verbal communication. And we're going to also take a look at problem solving and the intricacies that are involved in that, and also the importance of customer service and really taking a look at what are examples of good customer service and how do we learn from that, and also learning how to conduct surveys and get feedback about customer service that isn't so great and look at ways at improving healthcare in some of these communities. And then what I would also like to end with in terms of looking at competencies is really threaded throughout this course we're really going to learn about culturally mindful practices. And once again, Amy alluded to that in the beginning of this. And this is really a critical skill that will enable us to serve our diverse healthcare communities moving forward. And this really has been feedback that we've received from the employers, once again, at Madison College, that it's crucial that students leaving our school need to really be well-versed in serving diverse communities. So this is a strong commitment on our part as we put together this course.
And it sounds like, I'm hearing some themes as well as the hard skills that people need to know to do healthcare jobs. It sounds like you're talking a lot about equity and inclusion and compassion and empathy. Can you go into a little more about the underlying themes of the course?
Sure. This probably is something that I feel like closest to my heart. And when we talked about kind of why do we want to teach this course, this is why I was drawn to really developing this course with Amy, is that one of the things that we think of, regardless of what type of role we have on the healthcare team, is that we work with people when they're most vulnerable, when they're accessing healthcare services. So usually people are accessing the healthcare community because there has been some type of event in their lives that has, they found their way into healthcare. And usually it's at a time in their life when they are vulnerable or a loved one is vulnerable. And so one of the themes that we really want to embrace in this course is that before we are able to care for someone in that vulnerable state or to offer services to individuals, that we really need to concentrate on who we are so that we are in a good place to offer our services to other people, that we can do that from a place of wholeness, and that we can do that from a place where we are not kind of focused on ourselves, but really focused on that person and looking at providing the best quality of care that they need in their lives right now. So that's one of the themes in this course, is really understanding who you are and understanding just kind of your focus in life and how that will affect the way that you interact with individuals, not only the individuals you're caring for, but also the individuals that are on your team and the individuals that you interact with on a daily basis. So that is one of the themes of the course, is really understanding ourselves and our own vulnerabilities, our own strengths, so that we can be aware of those as we interact with individuals in all different types of communities. So that self-reflection and personal reflection that really leads to that professional growth. That will be a focus or a theme of the course throughout all of the topics we talk about. And as Amy has already mentioned in the introduction, really throughout the course, we'll be talking about issues related to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and how that manifests itself in the healthcare delivery system. And once again, this was very intentional. The way we developed the course is we really wanted to have these themes throughout, not only, Patty, as you mentioned, kind of those soft skills that we talk about, but also some of the more just information as we look at various healthcare communities. What does that look like? What do diverse healthcare communities look like? How are diverse populations served or underserved in our community? And once again, how can we utilize ourselves to be more knowledgeable about that and positively impact those systems as a healthcare provider?
Thank you. Excellent. So we've got students who are going, oh, this sounds good. This sounds like what I want to do. What else will they receive as a result of participating in this course?
Well, Patty, you had mentioned, first I'd like to point out that they will receive 2 digital badges. So what is a digital badge? First of all, a digital badge is a portable, quote unquote, micro credential that measures technical skills unique to an occupation, or in our case, soft skills. They signal another mark of achievement verified by an instructor. They can be shared digitally on social media platforms such as LinkedIn or Twitter, Facebook. Um, so the two badges that we will be awarding upon successful completion of the course fall under the heading Core Workforce Skills. So core workforce skills are a collection of soft skills that employers or our community partners listed as important. So the first badge is titled Cultural Awareness. So to earn this badge, students must demonstrate awareness, openness, and sensitivity to cultures from around the globe. And by considering these diverse perspectives, students will be able to appraise or adapt to different cultural contexts, scenarios, and or situations. And then, as Karen mentioned, in addition to examining the various health communities, we want to explore professionalism and mindful practices as they relate to professional skills like problem solving, which includes conflict resolution, verbal and written communication skills, patient confidentiality. This leads us to our second badge, which is called professionalism. And to earn this badge, students have to demonstrate consistently and exceptionally skills in 4 core workforce skills: ethics, teamwork, self-management, and critical thinking. So there is the digital badges. And we also want our students or employers or community partners to know that we'll also be providing resources that they can take with them after this class, whether it's articles, videos, activities, links. We want to share what we have discovered or created to continue the learning, to push it forward.
Excellent, thank you. So who should be interested in this course? Who should take it? Is it like an entry level or exploratory kind of course, or do you need some level of knowledge and experience to take this?
That's a great question. And as Amy and I are developing this course, we often think of it sometimes in terms of that survey course or that introductory course. So it is a great course for anyone that is thinking about, maybe I would like to learn more about different types of skills that are needed to be a healthcare worker. And that could be anything on the path of a healthcare worker, a career pathway. It's really, a lot of these skills are very unique and generic to all types of different health professions. So that would be somebody that would be interested, once again, in exploring health careers. But also this course, and I love the word contemporary in the title, because it really revisits what skills are needed in today's healthcare environment. So I also see this course as really a refresher course for individuals that are already working in healthcare and perhaps received minimal training as part of their current role on the healthcare team, or perhaps they were trained many years ago, and some of the content in this course is new and evolving as we consider, once again, today's context and what does that mean to be a healthcare worker in today's diverse communities. So really, it could be a survey course for new students at our college or students thinking about a healthcare career, or it could be a course that would be very applicable to seasoned healthcare workers already in the industry. So a wide range of audience. And I think the nice thing about this course is we can vary it to who that audience is in terms of the content.
Yeah, it sounds like it can relate to a diverse audience of students. So some of them
Definitely.
may be already working in the industry or just working in another job, and they're looking to change careers.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
what is the format of the course? How is this taught to this wide range of different kinds of students?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. And I think another question that we're really excited about because actually coming off the pandemic and being educators, we have had a lot of different experiences with how to teach a course. So probably 3 years ago, if you would have asked this question, we probably would have seen maybe one or two options. But with the pandemic, educators have had to be very flexible in terms of content delivery. So with that in mind, I feel like Amy and I are just open arms in terms of how this course can be provided. And with that being said, we could see it being offered as an online course. If that was something, once again, if we're talking about working individuals and they have limited time to attend a course during the day, it could be kind of an online course where some of the work could be done, what we call now asynchronous. So that would be on your own time, so that you might read or review material on your own. And then part of that online commitment might be to come together with your other classmates, either online or in an actual classroom on campus or at another place in the community where we would be together and discuss some of the material that we read or videos we watched or different types of projects that we've created. So ideally, it would be a mixture of some independent work and then some collaborative work with the other participants in the course. However, we could just kind of put the computers aside and not think about that online or computer component. And we also see this course as being very successful as a community of learners face-to-face. And once again, when we think about that, we could think about a semester-long course where it would meet maybe once a week for a certain amount of time, or more seminar or conference style, where maybe it would be 6 to 8 hours in a day for 3 or 4 times, and highlight the material in the course that way. So once again, we see this course being able to be constructed in a way that is most beneficial for the participants in the course and the audiences that are interested in it. So we're really working, we are fine delivering the course in any and all formats that would be most beneficial to those interested.
Sounds really flexible. That's
Mhm.
amazing. Great. Well, what can a student expect to spend? How much time can they expect to spend on this class, either in class or homework or readings or things?
That is also a good question, especially since we know so many of our students are balancing full-time jobs and
Mhm.
families. It is a 2-credit class, which translates to 36 hours of instruction. So very generally speaking, that is approximately 2 hours a week. But again, how much time that they'll spend each week will be dependent upon the format that is being offered. For example, if it was done seminar style and we're together for an 8-hour day, then there would be that time commitment. In addition, though, to the approximate 2 hours per week on average, we would like students to know that there would be some additional time outside of class, like Karen referenced, either reading articles or journaling, just to do some self-reflection or some thought-provoking exercise. So there also will be some independent work outside of scheduled class time, for example.
Okay, Excellent. Well, thank you for that. So we're wrapping up a little bit here. Is there, before we get into some of the most important things that we want people watching this to walk away with and understand, is there anything that you want to add, Shana, for either the learners or maybe businesses that may be also considering this class for their employees?
Sure. Yeah, I think content-wise, Karen and Amy just spoke so thoroughly and so beautifully to all of the wonderful things that students will be learning through this program. I just wanted to reiterate quickly as we're wrapping up that, of course, this is a grant-funded program. So we're piloting this on a grant, which means that the cost is much lower than it would be for a student to come in through a traditional avenue. But the other beautiful thing about that is that it opens the doors to students who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to participate in coursework of this nature. So as Karen and Amy described, the student population is varied. It can come from someone who's just entering the healthcare community to someone who is in executive and leadership, right? We've got the full gamut of people who can take this course. So, you know, it really is a unique opportunity to bring a variety of learners together in a space, be that online, in person, with the cost being incredibly low. So that's something that really is my area of expertise, where I'm coming from as far as the contract piece of it. And of course, we know that there are many other things that'll come up as far as questions, logistics side of things. And again, my email will be there at the very end for you to ask questions for anything that has to do with the scheduling and how payment works and the contracts and things of that nature. So I'll pass it back over to our experts.
Thank you. So when we close here, Karen and Amy, what are the most important things you want viewers of this video to remember or walk away with?
You know, I would say that know that Karen and I are not experts. We will be learning alongside our students. We are just asking our students to show up, to be authentic, to be vulnerable and honest, and together we will learn and grow in this process. Like oftentimes we talk about cultural humility versus cultural competency. We will never be competent. And so what we ask is that you are humble and realize that this is an ongoing process to learn and be better. And that's what we want, is just to be better people, to provide better healthcare to our populations.
Yeah, I would echo everything that Amy said, and that has been our focus as we put this course together. I would just add to that that when we talk about diverse healthcare communities, our hope for this course is we also get a diverse community within the classroom. So we are really hoping that we can attract some diverse learners. And as Amy said, we are certainly not experts. We can certainly take a look at content that we feel really represents the skills and competencies of the course. But kind of the way we envision this course and this time together is that everybody leaves their titles at the door, and that we walk into the classroom as a community of learners, and that we are, as Amy mentioned before, that we show up, where we have a strong commitment to create that community of learning from one another, and that we have difficult conversations, and that once again we can express our own vulnerabilities and understand other people's vulnerabilities, and that it'll be a safe space, that we're going to create that safe learning community where we can kind of understand where we need to learn and grow to really provide once again kind of healthcare services that are what do I want to say, that are just mindful, and like Amy said, that we really take a look at that humility and that aspect of of respecting every individual. So with that, I'll just say that we're all learning together, and that we look forward to having these conversations and really looking at healthcare in a more contemporary way. So we appreciate you listening to us. We're so excited about this course.
It sounds like a wonderful goal and a great opportunity. So I'm really impressed with what you guys have been talking about this morning. Hopefully, and thank you all for joining us, our experts here on this video, and also those of you watching this. I appreciate that you are interested in this and listening to what Madison College has to offer. And I hope that you will consider joining us for this contemporary healthcare practice course. And I'll let Shana, if you want to share screens, if there's something that you can put up that has information, contact information, if you're interested in learning more about this course and reaching out to us.